Hello students, we were doing motion and we have done many physical quantities related to motion as distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration, retardation. All these quantities, they are related to motion. We have done all these. Today we will do graphical representation of motion. Graphical representation of motion. What does it mean? What do we mean by graphical representation of motion? That is, the motion, which is a physical quantity, can be represented by graphical method. That is by graph. All of you know what is graph? And if we study the graph for motion, then it is easier to understand the different quantities and it is more easy to interpret different quantities, and we can also interrelate these physical quantities as distance, velocity, etc. with time. So graph is a convenient method to understand or analyze or interpret the motion. So we will study two type of graphs under motion. One is known as distance time graph. Distance time graph, that is distance in relation to time. Distance time graph. And second, we will study velocity time graph. Velocity time graph, that is relationship of velocity and time, which is represented on a graph. So first we will take the first one, distance time graph. All of you know what is graph? So in graph we have two axes. All of you know the horizontal axis is known as x-axis and the vertical axis is known as y-axis. What we are doing? We are doing the first graph, distance time graph. This is also known as displacement time graph, and in short we call it as DT graph, distance or displacement time graph. So for short we call it as DT graph, and there is one more term for this graph, and that is known as position time graph. So for this distance time graph we can call it displacement time graph or DT graph or position time graph. Why position? Because by this we can know, by this graph we can know the position of the moving body or moving object. And why distance and displacement both? So you know the difference between distance and displacement. Displacement is vector and it has a direction. It shows some direction, where distance, it does not show any direction. Displacement shows the direction. When the direction is same, suppose the body is moving on the straight road without changing its direction, then distance and displacement both will be same. So for the graphs where the body is moving in a straight line without changing its direction, the distance time or displacement time graph is one and the same thing. So four names of the same graph. Now coming to the graph, this is the vertical y-axis and this is the horizontal x-axis. For displacement time graph, we took distance on the y-axis. Distance may be in kilometer or meter, whatever the case may be, or even centimeters. This is the SI unit, so it may be in kilometer, meter or centimeter, and like this distance is increasing in this direction. And on this axis we take time, which may be in hours or minutes or seconds. So time is on this axis and it is increasing like this. It is O or origin, and the quantities may be 0 here or they may have any value. So all the coordinates of time will be written here and all the coordinates for distance will be written here. So these are the two axes of graph. Now where is the graph? Where is the graph line? Suppose this is the graph line. We have this graph line of this graph like this. Distance on this axis, time on this axis, and this is the graph line. Then what physical quantities is shown by this graph line? What is this graph line showing? What is this graph line representing? This graph line representing speed or velocity of the moving object. This is representing speed or velocity of moving object or moving body. How can we say this is representing speed? So we will see by saying that all of us know that this is you must be knowing the formula for slope of graph. Do you know what is slope of graph? Slope of, if this is the graph line, then its slope, or you may say it can be also known as gradient, or in a layman term it is steepness, or in Hindi we can say this as झुकाव. If it is bending towards the x-axis, so the slope of the graph or the gradient or steepness of this graph line is equal to quantity, this is the formula, quantity on y-axis upon quantity on x-axis. So this is the formula for slope of the graph. This is graph line and its slope or its steepness is equal to quantity on x-axis upon quantity on y upon x. Y is vertical, x is horizontal, so it can also be represented like this. This we call as rise, this we call as run. That is, the horizontal axis is known as run, the vertical axis is known as rise. So rise upon run or y upon x, or this is the formula for slope. By this we can know the slope of the graph line. So while looking at this graph, so slope in this graph will be quantity on y-axis. What quantity we have on y-axis? Distance. Distance is the quantity we are having on y-axis, and on x-axis we are having time. So slope of the graph will be distance upon time. We know the formula that distance upon time is equal to speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So this slope is equal to speed. So this graph line or this line shows the speed of the object which is moving or may not be moving, but the speed is shown by this graph line. Is it okay with all of you? That is, we are having this dt graph. On y-axis we are having distance, on x-axis we are having time, and the graph line which is formed by putting different values of distance and time, we can get a graph line. It may be like this, it may be like this, it may be like this, it may be like this. Any shape we may have, but these different graph lines, they show the speed of the object. This is how we can say that the slope of the graph line of this dt graph shows the speed. We can know the speed of an object by plotting distance time graph. So there are different types of different DT graphs based on the motion of the object. The object may move in different types and there are different graph lines of this DT graph. We will study 4 cases. In first case, if object is or the body is at rest. What does it mean? At rest, the body is not moving. So if we plot the DT graph, this is t time, this is distance, you know distance is represented by s, and this is the origin 0. Suppose the body is, this is 0 times 0 second, and this is suppose 0 meter distance, and this is 0 second time. At initially, when it is not moving, the body is here. It is at 0. So after 1 second, if it is not moving, if it is at rest, then it will be here. It is not moving. After 1 second, it will be here. After 2 seconds, it will be here. After 3 seconds, it will be here. After 4 seconds, it will be here. Because the time is increasing. Time is goes on. But the body is not shifting. Body is not moving. We can say it is at rest. That's why it is not moving. So what are different points when the object is at rest? Object is not moving. That is, it is at rest. Second, distance is constant. What does it mean? That is, if the distance is 0 meter, it is constant at 0 meter. Third, no motion is there. Why there is no motion? No movement? Because body is at rest. It is not moving. And example is, suppose a car is at rest. This is the example. If suppose the car is at 5 meters, it is present here, it reaches at 5 meters, and this is the distance, all of you know, and it becomes stationary or it stops here at 5 meters and it is lying here at 5 meters. So suppose in 0 seconds it is at 5 meters. Then the time goes on increasing. At first second, second, third, fourth, fifth second, all the seconds the car is at 5 meters. It is not moving. So this may also be the case, a horizontal line which is parallel to the axis. Or we can write here the fourth point as graph is a horizontal straight line. Graph is horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. So this is the graph line which is horizontal straight line parallel to the x-axis. Object is not moving, distance is constant. If it is at 5 meter, it will be at 5 meter for whatever the time may be. The time may increase from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds or hours, but the object will be here. That is, the distance is constant. There is no motion and graph is a horizontal line parallel to x-axis. So if the object is at rest, then we may have this type of graph line, or we may have a graph line which is on the x-axis. If it is not moving at all, if it is at 0 meter, then the graph line will be on the x-axis. If it reaches at 5 and now it is stationary, the graph line will be like this, parallel to the x-axis. So this is dt graph when object is at rest. This is our first case. Now we move to the second case when the object is moving with constant speed. What do we mean by constant speed? Constant speed means, or we can say uniform speed. You write here instead of constant speed, when the object is moving with uniform speed. Do you know what is uniform speed? All of you know. Uniform speed is when equal distance is covered in equal time interval. Suppose a car is moving with the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So in first hour it will cover 40 kilometer. In second hour it will cover 40 kilometer. In third hour it will cover 40 kilometer. So uniform speed means when an object is covering equal distance in equal time interval. Or instead of speed you can write if object is moving with uniform motion. Right here, object is moving with uniform motion. When the motion is uniform, then the graph line we have will be like this. So what will be the points? Graph is straight line. Graph is straight line inclined up. Inclined up. It means it is a straight line and it is going towards the upper side. It is a straight line which is inclined up. This is the first point. Second point is speed is constant. The second point we will write is speed is constant. What does it mean? Speed is constant. Suppose here we have, suppose this is in hours. First, second, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. Here the speed, here it is 10 meter, here it is 20 meter, then 30 meter, then 40 meter. So this is not the speed, this is the distance. The distance here is 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter, 40 meter. Here this is the time in hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. So in 1 hour, suppose the object moved 10 meters. In second hour, if the speed is uniform, it moves 20 meters. In the third, it will move 30 meters. In the fourth, it will move 40 meters. So if we join these points, it will become a straight line, slanting line which is inclined upwards. And we can see that the uniform or the equal amount of distance is covered in equal time. In 1 hour, the distance covered is 10 meters. In second hour, that is 2 minus 1, 1 hour, the distance covered is 20 minus 10, 10 hours. In this 1 hour, the distance covered is again 10, 30 minus 20, and here also 40 minus 30. That is in equal time interval, the distance covered is same, 10 meters in each hour. So this is, the object is moving with uniform motion. The points are, graph is a straight line, inclined up, speed is constant. It is moving with a constant speed. And the third point we can say, no acceleration is there. Why no acceleration? All of you know what is acceleration. Why acceleration is not there? Because acceleration is always possible when there is change in speed. Here speed is not changing, it is constant. When there is a change in speed, then this motion will be non-uniform. So acceleration can only be possible when the motion is non-uniform. So speed is constant, there is no acceleration, and the example is, suppose a car. What we have written? The car in the first, I think we have written car is moving with 40. No, in the first we have to write car is not moving. Car is at rest. Here we will write a car is moving at 40 km per hour. In the first case, when the object was at rest, I think I have written in example car is at 40. So that was wrong. We have to write there that car is not moving, it is at rest. I do not remember whether I have written this or I have written car is at rest. But rectify it. I have written this is wrong. So in first case, this is the second case. When the object was not moving, the example is car is at rest or car is not moving. This is the example of this DT graph when car is at constant speed and the speed of car is 40 km per hour. So this is the second case. Now we will write a third case of DT graph, and this third case is when the object is moving with non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion. All of us know what is the non-uniform motion? When unequal distances are covered in equal time interval, then the motion is non-uniform. And the graph TS, this will be, suppose this is like this. Suppose the graph line is like this. What does it showing? It is showing that distance is also increasing, speed is also increasing, and unequal distances, they are covered in equal time. So this is the graph showing non-uniform motion. The points you can write, graph is a curved line. This is not a straight line, it is a curved line, inclined up. Inclined up. It is going like this. So when it is going up, it's showing speed is increasing. It is showing that speed is increasing. Motion is non-uniform. As why it is non-uniform? Different distances are covered in equal time interval. The fourth, the important one is acceleration is there. Why acceleration is there? And this acceleration is positive acceleration. Why this acceleration is there? Because there is a change in speed. The speed is changing from less to high. Here the speed is more, here the speed is less. So when there is a change in speed, then acceleration occur. We will see when we will do some numericals. So acceleration is there, and example is one a car moving with variable speed, and speed is increasing. So we will have this type of graph. This is the third case. Now the fourth one, object is moving with, this is, yes, non-uniform motion. Again, fourth, object is moving with non-uniform motion, but what is the difference here? Speed is decreasing. So we have two graphs, two dt graphs for non-uniform motion. First, speed was increasing, and the second, speed is decreasing. So for decreasing speed, we have the graph line somewhat like this. This is the graph line which is for decreasing speed. So we will write graph is a curve inclined down. So graph is inclined down. Speed is decreasing. Here the speed is decreasing. Motion is non-uniform. Like the first one, motion is non-uniform. Acceleration is there, but this acceleration is negative acceleration, or we can say it is retardation, because negative acceleration is known as retardation. What does it mean? It means the final velocity is less than the initial velocity. Why the final will be less? Because the speed is decreasing. So final will be less and initial will be more, and the acceleration is negative. We can see by an example, very simple. A, all of you know, is v minus u upon t. This is the final velocity, this is the initial velocity, this is the time taken. A is acceleration. Suppose as the final speed is less than the previous, suppose the final speed is 5 meter per second and initial speed is 10 meters per second. So, and the time taken is 2 seconds. What will happen? So it will give 5 upon 2, or this will minus 5. Minus 10 upon 5 is minus 5 upon 2. So we will have minus 2.5 meter per second square. That is the negative acceleration or retardation or deceleration is there, and this minus sign is there. Why? Because the speed is decreasing and this is less than this. The initial is more and final is less. So we have an acceleration. Acceleration is always there when the speed is, when this motion is non-uniform. In uniform motion, as the speed does not change, when there is no change in speed, then no acceleration is there. So this is how we have this car moving with variable speeds. Okay. All the other example is when a ball is thrown up, then also retardation is there. And for increasing speed, the example is when the ball is falling down from a height. That was the example of non-uniform motion with increasing speed. So this is how four different cases of dt graphs are there. Now we will see how to compare dt graph of two objects. Suppose there are two cars, car A and car B. This is S, this is T. Suppose this is, and both are moving with in uniform velocity with constant speed. They are moving with constant speed. The motion is uniform. So suppose this is car B. This graph is for car B. Other graph is there which is for car A, and this is for car B. We want to know which car is moving faster. How do we know? We know this is the slope of the graph, and these graph line, they make an angle with this x-axis. An angle is there in between x-axis and the graph, and this angle is known as theta. This angle is known as theta. So we know this angle, and this is also forming an angle with x, and this angle is suppose theta A for car A. This angle is theta B for car B. We can see this angle is smaller than this angle. When the angle is smaller, the slope is smaller. And when the angle is bigger, the slope is bigger. And when slope is bigger, the speed is fast. And when the slope is lesser, then the speed is less. You have to remember this, that with a small slope, speed is lesser, and with a bigger slope, the speed will be more. So this car, it is running faster than car B, because car B has a small angle theta, and due to the small angle, slope is less, and due to the less slope, speed is less. So this is how we can compare the speed of two objects. Or you can have a different situation also. You can have two lines of two different cars. Suppose one is like this, it is going like this. Suppose this is car A, and one is going like this. Suppose this is car B. This car starts its motion at this time. So we will again see the angles. This is angle for A, and this is angle for B. Which angle is bigger? Which angle is smaller? A is smaller than B. Theta B is smaller than theta A. We can see